Yeah, the Grand County Red Devils head coach Keith Carroll. Batting first, the DH wearing number 10, Ian Ellis. Batting second, the catcher, number 20, Jason McKinney. Batting third, the shortstop wearing number 8, Tatum Bisco. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 99, Trace York. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 5, Jackson Carroll. Batting sixth in center field, number 3, J.T. Dowd. Batting seventh in right field, number 2, Braden Altoff. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 79, Caden Swayze. Batting ninth in left field, number 34, Lane Berry. And playing first base, number 24, Kalen Bowden.
Yeah, V6 Media would like to give special thanks to the sponsors for making state baseball coverage possible. That'd be Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling, L&L Motor, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Mountain Land Supply, Jones Paint and Glass, D.A. McCrae, USU Uinta Basin, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Al's Food Town, Gateway Sinclair, and Freedom Realty in Duchesne. So we're about ready for the first pitch here. And I better get on the right page here. We got the big left-hander, Jackson Carroll, will face the 1-2-3 hitters, Parker Crum, Nash Goodliff, and Draker Goodliff. Parker Crum comes in hitting .462 with 18 runs driven in. Coach Ryan Goodliff looking for good things from 1-2-3 hitter against the big left-hander. Jackson Carroll, 3.15 and 40 innings worked. First pitch from the big left-handers outside. So it's left on right here. Parker Crum from the right inside.
Yeah, Parker Crum, good leadoff hitter. Excellent speed.
Next pitch. Going to get the corner up there in that high portion of the strike zone for strike one. Jackson Carroll, 15 base and balls, 25 strikeouts with a 5-2 record. Next pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, really good-looking curveball from Carroll right there. Starts it on the outside part, breaks it over the inside, and Parker Crum just swinging over the top of it. Grand County playing pretty much straight away.
Sun's down, lights are on, so the sun should not be a problem. Next pitch, curveball. Going to just miss outside for ball two. You know, what was it, 3 years ago we said, Duchesne, these guys are going to make some noise. They were kind of quiet the next year, come back last year. There was, made some noise there, but here they are this year in the undefeated bracket on Thursday night, swing and a miss. On one up and away for the first strikeout, first out.
Yeah, Carroll just kind of throwing that backdoor curveball, and Parker Crum just swinging right over the top of it, not able to make any contact. And out number one, nice start for Grand, and not the start you wanted to see from Duchesne. But we expect this to be similar to the first time these two teams played, with these two pitchers battling it out. It's going to be a pitcher's duel and a defensive game where they've got to be able to execute the short game. And we've seen, today how important that is, whether you can execute a sack bunt or moving runners, and then coming up with that clutch key hit when you get a runner in scoring position.
So Nash Goodliff fouls off the first pitch. Next pitch right there on the corner for a called strike two.
One thing these Duchesne hitters are going to have to do, they're going to have to really stay closed with their front side, not open up on that left-handed curveball, and then be able to hit that to right field.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to take that thing the right way. He doesn't strike out a lot of people, doesn't walk a lot of people, and that tells you he just looks like he gets a lot of ground balls, trying to pull that pitch. He tries to live out there on that outside corner.
Yeah, Carroll's a senior. Got a lot of good experience out there on the mound.
Next pitch, hit that right side. That's going to get by. Just like you said, that's going to go for extra bases. Down in the corner, picked up there by Altoff. He's going to get it in and hold Nash Goodliff to a double.
Yeah, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do on that pitch. He kept the front side closed. He stayed in. He let it travel, and he drove it right down the right field line, just inside the first base bag for a nice double.
So stand-up double there for Nash Goodliff. I'll look and see. I didn't have any stolen bases listed for him. Just like I said, the stats are kind of hit and miss on some of the ball clubs here.
Yeah, and Nash just a sophomore for this Duchesne team.
So that brings up Draker Goodliff. 370, 2 home runs, 22 driven in. Waiting for the first pitch from Carroll. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Yeah, like you say, you got to let the ball travel.
Yeah, Draker a senior for this Duchesne team.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. I think the tailing fastball of Jackson Carroll just worked against him there. He started that on that outside portion and tailed away and outside. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Driven foul down the third base side. For strike 1. Draker will be followed by Cade Norman. UCCU ball field on the Utah Valley University campus. Curveball. Outside portion, eating things up at 2-2.
You can tell that's a pitch that Carroll really relies on. He's going to throw it 90% of the time for the most part, trying to keep these hitters of Duchesne, make them stay back, keep them off balance, and not let them load up and get a fastball.
Yeah, I'm going to stay out bad. He don't have real heavy-duty velocity, so you're going to have to stay out there, yeah. Stay closed, stay back, let the ball travel.
Yeah, and that's just it. But then if you move up in the box and try to get it before, then he's going to be able to sneak a fastball by you.
There's going to be the first base on balls given up by Carroll.
Yeah, and he wanted that one, but really, I mean, nothing hurt. He had first base open. Now there's runners at first and second with 1 out. But at the same time, he's just working that outside part of the plate. He's going to force these guys to stay in and do what we saw Nash Goodliff do earlier in his at-bat.
Yep, Cade Norman comes to the plate with a .333 average, a home run, 23 driven in from the right side. So the first pitch, here again, it's on the outside for ball 1. Haven't seen anything really on the inside portion yet from Jackson Carroll. Like I say, velocity isn't going to spook anybody. But a curveball, just missed.
Yeah, Carroll's getting a little bit frustrated, asking and kind of wondering where that pitch is at, not getting the call. Cade Norman, the junior.
It ain't where it rests into the glove. It's where it crosses that strike zone. You got to keep that in mind. There's a one that's upstairs. He's telling body language he's not.
Yeah, he's got to just
feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's just got to forget it and throw the ball. But right now, Cade Norman's sitting in a good spot, 3-0.
Runners at first and second. Big lead there at first base. Nobody holding him on. Old automatic's going to be there for strike 1. That's right. That's not something Cade Norman's going to want way out there.
No, and Grand not really playing for the double play. Shortstop's kind of playing over towards the hole a little bit. Second base, right by second base, holding the runner on.
That ball's going to get to right center field. That's going to score 1. Runner's going to move to third. Here comes the throw home. It's cut by the first baseman. So the RBI by Cade Norman.
Well, and that's what happens when you get behind the hitters 3-0, and then you kind of come back with strike 1, 3-1 count, hitters count. You're looking for your pitch out over the plate, and he did exactly what he needed to. Drove that one into right center field. It also helped that he had a runner at second base because it forces the second baseman for Grand right there. Caden Swayze was trying to hold the runner a little bit, not able to play his position and deepen up, or he might have been able to have a play on that.
Kyson Giles, the pitcher, comes up 318, 2 home runs, 20 driven in, 1 out. Runners at first and third, fouls it off. Back behind us. 2 hits in the inning, 1 run already.
Yeah, Giles, another big lefty. We're going to see him on the mound when Duchesne takes the field defensively, but not before he gets a chance to swing it right here and add another run on the board.
Ooh, had 2 good hacks at the off-speed stuff from Jackson Carroll.
And Carroll ahead in the count, 0-2 now. So this is what Coach Carroll wants to see out of his pitcher right here. Get ahead in the count and go to work on the hitters.
So the 0-2 pitch, 1 out. Runners at first and third. That ball's outside for ball 1.
Yeah, it was in the right-handed batter's boxes. The catcher right there.
Cade Norman got 6 stolen bases out there at first base.
Jason McKinney making sure that Carroll threw that one off the plate.
No go. Another one out there, same place. Same result, ball 2.
Yeah, Giles doing a good job being patient at the plate, not chasing. Giles also a good hitter. You leave it in his wheelhouse, he'll be able to turn on it.
That ball is low and in the dirt. Good stop there by McKinney to keep the run from scoring. But got a full count.
Yeah, full count. Good opportunity maybe for Coach Goodliff to get that runner there, Cade Norman at first base. Maybe a little bit of a head start.
Just the 1 out. Full count. Runners at first and third. Goodliff and Norman. Pitch. That just throws the bat out. Third baseman Trey Shork ranges over, and he's got it for out number 2. On the 5-3 put out. Every position on your ball field has a number, folks. Pitcher 1, catcher 2, first to third, 3, 4, 5. Shortstop 6. Outfield left to right, 7, 8, and 9. 5-3 ground out. Third base to first. That brings up Connor Karen. I don't have the numbers for Connor. 313, 21 driven in. First pitch is strike 1. Carroll looks at the runner. Comes to the plate, and that's fouled weakly. Back behind, strike 2. Puts Karen in the hole, 0-2.
Karen, just a junior as well for this Duchesne team.
Calls timeout, and he gets it.
For Grand, if they could get out of this inning with just giving up the 1 run, I think Coach Carroll would be super happy with that. They got a big plate, or a get out last time, getting Kyson Giles to pop up to the third baseman, just kind of waving the ball, batted a ball outside the zone, which would have been ball 4.
Yep, that one's way inside. You'd like to see him miss a little closer than that. Not waste too many pitches. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, way outside. Ball 2.
Started off 0-2, now 2-2 count.
2-2 pitch on its way. That ball's fouled back. Good job, good recognition on the curveball there by Connor Karen. Quick hands to get the bat on the ball. Gives himself a chance.
Yeah. Big gap out there in right field, too, still, if he could hit it on either side of that line. You know, nobody, big gap between center and right field, but you got to stay in and drive it that way. If you don't, you're going to pop it up.
Ball 3 outside. I'm kind of surprised the way that he's pitching that they aren't playing a little.
Yeah, shift it over more.
A little more of a shift there, but see how that. Nope, there it goes, but strike 3 is the third out. Second strikeout for Jackson Carroll. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. There were 2 runners left on. So after a half inning of play, the Duchesne Eagles have won. Grand County coming to bat. You're on the V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
And we know drinking underage isn't good for your brain. Oh.
D&A McRae is hiring crude oil truck drivers for our Uinta Basin routes. Be home daily, drive new and well-maintained equipment, and earn quarterly bonuses with great benefits. D&A McRae offers outstanding career choices with flexible schedules, benefits, performance bonuses, and an average starting pay of $100,000 per year. We're a safety-focused, family-friendly work environment looking for those that fit our values. Call 435-893-4442 or visit McRaeTrans.com to complete an application.
Leading off for Grand County, the designated hitter, number 10, Ian Ellis.
Okay, we're back. Kyson Giles will face Ian Ellis, Jackson McKinney, and Tate Biscoe. First pitch, ball. Yeah, Kyson Giles, another left-hander, got a little more velocity than Jackson Carroll. So a pretty good curveball. See how he handles this lineup. Yep. That was in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, that's one thing Giles doesn't want to do is get behind to these grand hitters. They're good hitters, but they've also got good speed. They run the bases well, and you've got to be able to challenge him.
The pitch might have helped him out there with one up and out of the strike zone, but strike 1.
Yeah, Ian Ellis right there maybe being a little bit too aggressive. You want to look for your pitch, but 2-0, it's got to be a good pitch, not up out of the zone.
Yeah, throws that one by him. Good fastball. Ellis is a .471 hitter, a home run, and 15 driven in.
Yeah, Giles, nice job to battle back and even the count at 2s.
So the 2-2 pitch. Right there, got him looking.
Yeah, that was probably the best pitch of the
2-2 pitch
at-bat for Ian Ellis, and he
right there got him
for something else and gets the backwards K.
So that'll bring up Jason McKinney, the center fielder. Comes in hitting .431 with 18 driven in. Kyson Giles, 1.91 ERA and 40 in the third. First pitch. Curveball down in the dirt for ball 1. 19 base on balls, 98 strikeouts with a 5-2 record. And that kind of shows the difference in the velocity between the two pitchers. More of a control pitcher than Carroll. A little more of a power pitcher here from Giles. Upstairs for ball 2. I guess he's in the mid 80s.
Yep, and right now, obviously, if you're Grand and you can get him frustrated out there, he will throw some balls and walk some guys.
Curveball when he catch the corner for strike 1.
Yeah, it was a good curveball.
Good velocity change there.
Grand playing, or not Grand, but Duchesne playing pretty deep here on Grand so far to start this game.
And playing to where you would normally with a power pitcher, hit a little bit the opposite way.
Umpire got a little excited and rung him up, and then McKinney looks back and says, hey, that's only strike 2. The scoreboard had it wrong, and he's like, you're right.
2-2.
Yep.
Next pitch in the dirt for ball 3.
Yeah, 3-2 count, full count. So give McKinney a lot of credit. He knows the strike zone. He knows the count. But he's got a battle right here, full count. Scoreboard still off by 1 ball.
Swing and a miss. Someone in the dirt tags him for the strikeout. And out number 2. Second strikeout for Kyson Giles.
Yeah, Parker Crum, too, doing a really good job behind the plate. He's one of those players that we've seen a lot from Duchesne over the years, a senior. Just a good athlete, football, basketball, baseball, but really quick right there coming up with the tag.
So the first pitch to Tate Biscoe, 440, 4 home runs, 32 driven in, is up and away for ball 1.
If Tatum doing a nice job laying off that pitch.
Next one must have been down for ball 2.
Yeah, and this is where, that he's gone 2-0 to a couple different batters, but you've got to be able to look one pitch, one location.
Comes back with the off speed, gets him to swing.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the pitch. It's not automatic that you're going to swing on a hitter's count, but if that's the pitch, and location he was looking for, then good for him.
That fastball stays up and away.
And it's almost like right now that Giles is having a harder time spotting his fastball than he is his curveball and his off-speed pitch. So if you're Grand, you got to recognize that and know what he's throwing.
That one got the corner, but fouled off by Tatum Bisco. Tatum lead the team with 4 home runs, 33 runs driven in. Next pitch. Fouled off. Come off of either the catcher or the umpire and clear back up here over the top of the screen.
Yeah, Tatum with the full count right now, trying to get something started here with 2 outs.
Calls timeout.
Right fielder playing pretty much down the right field line, so there's a huge gap in right center field if Tatum can just stay back and drive it into that gap.
Fouls it back again. Had some good hacks.
Yeah, and that time he took a lot off the swing. He took some big hacks, but he recognized I got to shorten up, be quick with 2.
Counts full. Pitch is up for ball 1. Ball 4. I mean, first walk. I'll get it all figured out here. We've been here a long time today, folks. Our 4th baseball game today.
Yeah, Trace York. Any idea who his favorite player might be?
No idea. No idea. Wearing the number 99.
Could be a couple people.
Yeah,
There's only one I'm thinking of right now, but it could be a couple.
Blue and pinstripes, huh? Blue and gray pinstripes.
Well, and his last name's York, so that might give you another idea.
First pitch. Must have stayed up for ball 1.
My guess is he might be a New York Yankee fan, and he might like Aaron Judge.
I think so.
And if he swings it like Aaron Judge, Duchesne might be in trouble right here, but Giles is going to do his best to get him out.
Yeah. Going to have to do a little better than he's done so far. 2 pitches outside. Trey Short comes in hitting 364. He got 3 round trippers, 26 driven in.
Yeah, Giles is already at 21 pitches so far here in this inning, so working the pitch count up.
That gets by. Runner's going to move to second base.
That Grand now has a chance to drive in Tatum Bisco out there at second base and tie this game up at 1-1. But right now, 2-0 count to Trace York.
Yeah, first error of the ball game. An errant throw. 2-0 count. Pitch number 22 on its way here. Go way outside.
Neither team has neither pitcher, I guess, for their team has started off real great. Luckily for Grand, they only do give up the 1 run, but I'm sure, Carroll's got to feel good about it, but at the same time knows that he can do better and improve in this next inning. And same thing with Giles right here. Back-to-back walks. First base was open, so you're probably okay with that, to be honest, because you have that base open. You don't just give in to the 4-hitter Trace York, but now you face a really good hitter in Jackson Carroll coming up, who's trying to help himself out, get a run and get back into even as he goes back out on the mound.
I think they'd count themselves lucky if they can get in the dugout without any runs. They've already given up 3 freebies in the inning. 2 base on balls and an error. Left on left here, Jackson Carroll, 323 hitter. Curveball. Stays upstairs. Yeah. Giles has been pretty much upstairs with everything he's thrown late here in this inning. Pitch number 25 on its way.
This leaves that one up and out a little bit there, too, for ball 2. And now if you're Carroll, same thing. You're looking 1 pitch, 1 zone, something you can hammer into a gap and make sure you score that runner from second. Otherwise, you let it go right here.
2 balls, no strikes. That one catches the corner.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch to hit that spot, low and away. You're down 2-0. He didn't just give in and throw it right down the middle.
That's hit lazily to the left side. They're going to get out of it on the P5. Out number 3. But 26 pitches in the inning. No runs, no hits. There were 2 errors. No, 1 error. 1 error and 2 runners left on. So after 1 complete inning of play, still 0-0. We'll be back. V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Of Women's and Newborn Services. Ashley Regional Medical Center has cared for generations of women in the basin for more than 80 years. Our dedicated women's center provides routine well woman care, obstetrics, 3D mammograms, and ultrasounds. With a team of physicians and a certified nurse midwife that offer around-the-clock care in our birthing center and level 2 NICU, we're here for you when you need it most. We know women's care. We know the basin. Learn more at ashleyknowsthebasin.com.
And we know drinking underage isn't good for your brain. Oh.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. 2A State Baseball, final game of the day in the winner's bracket. Grand County versus the Duchesne Eagles. 0-0 ball game going into the top of the second inning. No, 1-0 ball game in favor of Duchesne going into the top of the second inning. They stuck that one in on us in the first inning. So leading off will be the number 7 hitter, Caleb Thompson, 346, 2 home runs, 21 driven in. Jackson Carroll still on the mound. Hit 33 pitches in that first inning. First pitch, ball 1. So both pitchers are going to have to change some things up if they plan on being around in the 6th and 7th inning.
Yeah, and I think the hitters probably on both these two teams need to be a little bit more patient than they've been, make these pitchers work.
Ball 2 is low.
It's one thing if they're just pounding the zone and throwing lots of strikes, and you've got to be aggressive early in the count. But both these two pitchers have really struggled so far early on in this game to find the strike zone.
That's fouled off towards the third base side for strike 1. Pitch might have been ball 3. Caleb Thompson, the 346 hitter. 2 home runs, 21 driven in. Ryland Butler in the on-deck circle. Next pitch, that's driven to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit.
Yeah, good piece of hitting from Caleb Thompson. He just stayed back and let that ball travel, drive it right back up the middle for the single. A nice line drive into center field.
Third hit in the ball game. That brings up number 23, Ryland Butler, 219 hitter, 5 driven in. Caleb Thompson has 2 stolen bases. Stands there at first base against the left-hander, Jackson Carroll. 2 big left-handers here, going head-to-head. First pitch, going to stay upstairs to Butler for ball 1.
You hate to give up outs to move runners and stuff this early in the game, but at the same time, I think, considering these two teams and the way they've played each other before with these pitchers, you might want to try to get 1 run an inning would be great.
That's it. Win each inning. Next pitch is in the dirt for ball 2.
I used to like to 1-3-6.
Yep.
Let's score in the first inning. Let's have an inning of more than 3 and at least 6 runs per game.
There you go. Pretty good combination. Good recipe for some victories. Next pitch, low again. Ball 3. We've got time called on the field. Going to have a little meeting at the mound. We'll see the coach is going to come out, talk to his big left-hander. Let me get your word from our sponsors here. V6 Media wants to give special thanks to the sponsors for making state baseball coverage, live coverage. Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling, L&L Motor, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Mountain Land Supply, Jones Paint and Glass, DNA McCrae, USU Uinta Basin, Tribal Enterprises, Al's Food Town, Gateway St. Clair, and Freedom Realty in Duchesne. So, hey, don't just listen to our sponsors here. Give them your business, folks. They're the ones that help us put sports on the radio throughout Utah.
You know, that was just good team leadership right there. You see the infielders come together. They call time. They run out there. They want to check on their pitcher. And then Coach Carroll also realizing, hey, I need to go out there and check on him, make sure he's okay. Just kind of laboring right now so far in this early on in this game.
The only hitter in the lineup with a sub 300 batting average, and you're up. I'm going to say about to walk him, but now it's 3-1 now.
You know, and you're going to give up a hit or two here and there. You just are, but at the same time, you don't want to give them any walks. Make them earn it. You got good defense behind you. Make them swing the bat. Give your defense a chance to make some plays behind you.
Well, a freebie was the difference in that first inning when they scored a run. That's ball 4. So another freebie here is going to put another possibility at second base with nobody out.
Yeah, that's the second walk issued this game, along with 3 hits. Duchesne with the 1 run. Runners at first and second now with no outs, and they're at 9-1-2.
Number 9 hitter, a 382 hitter, 14 driven in. Bounces out and foul right there behind home plate for strike 1. Deshaun Johnson, 382 hitter, 14 driven in.
Yeah, he's playing left field today, and he had a pretty good swing on that one, just fouled it off. Carroll's going to call time so he can tie his shoe right here.
Yeah, you don't want to be stepping on your shoelace on the mound there.
No.
You roll all the way to home plate. Give your own turf experience here.
Yeah, that's true. Well, a cleat gets stuck too, let alone you get tied up with a shoelace. You want to make sure that that's tied and no chances. Now you're going to see the first baseman sneak in just a little bit there on the edge of the grass. That's Kalen Bowden.
Oh, that's going to get him right in the middle of the back. That's going to load the bases up. That's the third freebie in the ballgame given up by Jackson Carroll.
Yeah, hit by pitch.
You know, emotions run high in a tight game like this. Which you got two teams, that have played close all year long. Now you get them in a real pressure situation where things really count, and emotions can run away with you. We keep forgetting that these are still children.
Yeah, loaded bases. Corners are pretty much in on the edge of the grass.
Next pitch. Downstairs to Parker Crum, the leadoff hitter, 462 hitter, 18 driven in. He struck out his first time up.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to see Coach Carroll go much longer unless he can dial it in right here.
That's going to be towards the shortstop. Tatum to 1, across the diamond for the double play. But the run does score.
Yeah, really nice job turning that double play. And you're not going to see that very often with Parker Crum, as he usually gets down the line. And he did get down the line, but it's just a better turn right there. Great 6-4-3 double play, but they do give up the 1 run. But that's going to help Carroll get himself out of a jam if he can get the plate out right here on Nash Goodliff, who did get a nice double his first time up.
Good hustle there by Ryland Butler to get to third base. So the third run just 90 foot away with 2 outs. Next pitch, upstairs for ball 1. Nash Goodliff, he doubled his first time up. 420 hitter, 2 home runs, 27 driven in, and scored the first run. Next pitch, outside. Carroll thought that he had that one, but I don't see it.
Yeah, umpire set up on the inside part of the plate, so for the most part, everything on the inside, he's gonna be able to see it really well. On the outside, not as much, and Carroll's just gonna have to make a little bit of an adjustment out there. But these Duchesne hitters have got to take advantage when he does.
Well, he likes to live out there on that outside corner, so going to have to live with the results on, I guess would be the best way to put that. Counts 3-0. 2 outs, ball 4. Third base on balls. Second base on balls in the inning to go with the hit by pitch. That brings up Draker Goodliff, 370, 2 home runs, 22 driven in. He drew a base on balls his first time up.
And right now you just got to buckle down if you're Carroll. Quit worrying about the strike zone as much as just playing catch with your catcher and go out there and compete.
Yeah, strength of Grand County's been their offense through the years, so give your offense a chance to work behind you by letting your defense work behind you as well. That one's fouled off to the right-hand side. You don't have to do it all yourself.
No, and you see with that double play, they turned it really well, and that ball, Parker Crumb's one of the faster players here in this tournament, and they were able to double him up.
So the next pitch, a little low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We got 2 outs. We got a 2-0 ball game right now here in the top of the second inning, favoring the Duchesne Eagles. Next pitch, nice hack at that one from Draker Goodliff, but come up empty.
Yeah, he had a really good swing on that one, but just a better pitch that time from Carroll. It shows you he's capable of being a dominant force out there on the mound.
Go lefty Mystique. Next pitch, down in the dirt. Good stop there by McKinney to keep the run from scoring. Counts even at 2-2.
Not only the run from scoring, but I'm surprised the runner there from first base didn't try to get to second base, knowing you've got another runner at third. That ball in the dirt that bounces away, you've got to be able to get that extra base.
Little things make a big difference. Next pitch. That's lifted towards the left fielder, Lane Berry. Says he's got it. He's got it for out number 3. The F7, out 3, but Duchesne comes up with 1 run. They do it on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base at the end of 1.5, 2-0, favoring the Duchesne Eagles. We'll be back on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
DNA McRae is hiring crude oil truck drivers for our Uinta Basin routes. Be home daily, drive new and well-maintained equipment, and earn quarterly bonuses with great benefits. DNA McRae offers outstanding career choices with flexible schedules, benefits, performance bonuses, and an average starting pay of $100,000 per year. We're a safety-focused, family-friendly work environment looking for those that fit our values. Call 435-893-4442 or visit McRaeTrans.com to complete an application.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. Orem, Utah, 2A state baseball. We are in the bottom of the second inning where the Grand County Red Devils come to bat against Kyson Giles down 2-0. They will come with the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, JT Dowd, Braden Altoff, and Caden Swayze. 27 pitches coming into this inning for Kyson Giles. JT Dowd, a 346 hitter with 16 runs driven in, stands in. Left on right. Here's pitch. Swinging. Lifted foul to the right-hand side. Yeah, that's been the strength of the Grand County Red Devils is their offense. Next pitch. Down and in. Good spot, though. Good idea.
Yeah,
Kyson Giles.
Dowd did a nice job just laying off that curveball down in. You can definitely tell his approach at the plate is to try to hunt the fastball and get a fastball, something hit the hit there as he lets that curveball go by for a strike as well.
You don't want to leave that curveball up there if he finally does recognize he's not going to get his fastball.
Yeah, now with 2 strikes, you've got to hit any pitch that's in the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Giles steps off. Make sure he's set. Big left-hander. 1-2 pitch on its way. He's way upstairs.
Yeah, he tried to go fastball up and away and see if he would wave at it, but Dowd doing a nice job staying off that. Evens the count at 2-2. Giles is going to have to challenge him here a little bit. Maybe still go get him with your out pitch.
Yeah, curveball just missed. Thus far, that curveball's been working pretty good for him, but when he leaves it way up there.
Well, and I think he throws it 2 different, speeds. The slower of the 2 curveballs has been the one he's thrown for a strike.
Yeah, he comes back with the fastball. JT Dowd fouls that off. Stay alive. Be the 7th pitch in the at-bat.
Yeah, both these pitchers throwing a lot of pitches early in this game. If these batters make them work and show a little bit of patience, they might be able to knock them out before they get to the 7th.
So the pitch, swing and a miss. Good job there by Kyson Giles to battle back, get the strikeout after going full. First out, that'll bring up Braden Altoffa.
Yeah, Giles he basically said, here's my fastball, see if you can hit it right down the middle. It might have been a touch up in the zone, but couldn't catch up to it.
He's starting to get a little bit on the dark side down here. First pitch to Altoffa's upstairs for ball 1. We're at UCU Ballpark. 2A state baseball. Next pitch, fouled off to the right-hand side. I think that's going to get out of play. And yes, it does. Off the bat of Braden Altoff. Even things up at 1-1. 1 out. Grand County batting here in the bottom of the second, down 2-0. 1 run in each of the first 2 innings for the Eagles. Next one, swing and a miss. That ball tailed away from Braden Altoff. He'd have needed to bat another 4 inches long to get the bat on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, right now these grand hitters are helping him out.
That one's in the dirt for ball 2, in the turf dirt here. As you know, it's brown and the regular turf's green. 2 different colors of green. That's it towards the second baseman. Backhanded there. Throw to first. They're going to get him.
Yeah, really good play from Nash Goodlift going to his right with the backhand, plants and makes a nice throw to first base. I thought that ball originally off the bat might have a chance to get up the middle there, but Nash Goodlift quickly gets to it, backhand, nice play defensively.
Altoff showing some good speed. Guess maybe he thinks the head first slide is like the ball hitting the thing speeded up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was close. Caden Swayze waves at the first pitch, fouls it off weakly for strike 1. Swayze, a .322 hitter with 17 runs driven in. Bases are empty here, bottom of the second. Grand County batting down 2-0. Next pitch. Ooh.
I think it was just inside, kind of on that that line of the inside part of the batter's box.
Curveball. There you go. Strike 2. I'm going to say if one's inside, that one.
Yeah, that was a good.
Better have a piece of the strike zone. That's
good
that
pitch
slow
right there.
curveball you were talking about. Comes back with the fastball.
See, that's when Giles is tough, is when he's throwing the slower of the 2 curveballs. It's such a change of speed that, he slows that curveball down, gets you looking at that, and then blows the fastball by you. But when he tries throwing that curveball or that slider, even as hard as he has his fastball, there's not a lot of change of speed.
Yeah, so no runs, no hits, no errors. After 2 complete, it's 2-0 Duchesne. We'll be back at V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Your degree doesn't have to be complex. USU Uinta Basin lets you stay close to home and save money. As an Aggie, you'll have access to a personalized education with student support from faculty mentors. Let us help you achieve your goals your way. On campus, online, this is your U-State.
Okay, we're back here at UCU Ballpark, 2A State Baseball. The Duchesne Eagles hold a 2-0 lead, coming to bat in the top of the third inning. Still facing Jackson Carroll out there. They will bring the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Cade Norman, Kyson Giles, Connor Karen. Cade Norman had a single his first time up.
Great camera work, too, as you see our different camera angles and views. Really make this nice for those of you that are home watching.
Yep, V6 Media doing a great job. Aaron, watch V6 Media if you're out in the basin. Team Hive live down Central Utah, KSL Sports. First pitch, outside for ball 1. Next pitch. Downstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, Cade Norman laying off that pitch. That was one of those borderline pitches, but ball 2. Now he's going to see a better pitch right here from Jackson Carroll.
Yeah, he went 3-1 the first time before he hit that ball to left field.
Now Carroll 3-0, falls behind early again.
Cade Norman can do it just the same way. The count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, you're right. The last 3-1 count, he had the single and the RBI.
So looking to start the rally here. Yeah, that goes up towards the shortstop. Tatum Bisco across the diamond to Kalen Bowden for the 6-3 putout. And out number 1.
Well, that's all Carroll needs to do, just throw strikes. He's got great defense behind him. Tatum Bisco, the shortstop, making a nice play again. And these grand players, you know, they've got his back. And you notice that early on. They're the ones that called time and said, hey, let's go talk to our pitcher. Yeah. And then Coach Carroll realized, hey, I better go check on him as well. But great defense behind you. Just go throw strikes. Give yourselves a chance.
Kyson Giles trying to help his cause out. Takes ball 1.
They really have emphasized staying away from Giles. They don't want to give him anything over the plate. And that this time he scoots up even closer to the plate because he knows they're pitching him away.
318, 2 home runs on the season. Got a good hack at that one.
Yeah, and that pitch really just sunk on him, made it really tough. But a great pitch from Carroll. You don't want to leave anything else up in the zone, belt high. Giles can turn on it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, 1 out. Oh, another big hack. And then the same pitch, another curveball down there underneath.
Well, Giles was looking at that Murdoch sign out there in right field.
You're not going to get it on that pitch, not with that kind of an approach opening up like you do there.
No, especially with the curveball from the lefty on the lefty going away.
But goes the opposite way, but right at Tatum Bisco for the L6 and out number 2.
Yeah, this might just be the inning that Carroll needs to get him going. If he can get Connor Karen right here, if he can get him out and go a 1-2-3 inning, that might get him going. And sometimes it can get your offense going. Right now, Grant's still looking for their first hit.
That's hit towards Tatum Bisco. Comes up across the diamond for the 1-2-3.
Hey, Bisco gets all 3.
That's first time. First time he even got the first 2. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So after 2.5, 2-0, Duchesne with Grand County coming to bat in the bottom of the third on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Ute Oilfield Water Services is offering career opportunities for truck drivers with competitive wages that are paid weekly, health insurance benefits, holiday pay, and vacation and sick leave. FRC safety equipment H2S certification is provided. Experienced with tanker endorsements, and a clean MVR is preferred. Ute Oilfield Water Services. Apply today.
Mountain Land Supply of Roosevelt is your local employee-owned and operated solution for plumbing, heating, and cooling, waterworks, agricultural irrigation, landscaping irrigation, power equipment, pumps, tools, and safety. Discover the difference a knowledgeable and friendly staff can make for you. With thousands of products and brands you know and trust, Mountain Land Supply has what you need when you need it. Call, click, or come into Mountain Land Supply of Roosevelt and let us help you move mountains.
Hey, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here, UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. And we got a good ball game going. 2-0 going into the bottom of the third inning. Home team Grand County behind the Duchesne Eagles here. And they'll bring to the plate the 9-1-2 hitters, Lane Berry, Ian Ellis, and Jason McKinney. So far, Kyson Giles has been able to throw the handcuff. No hits at this point in the ball game for Grand County. Number 9 hitter Lane Berry is a .231 hitter. First pitch outside for ball one.
Lane Berry, we saw him on the basketball court this year. Just an excellent basketball player. Out here doing it on the baseball field as well.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. The only downfall is so far maybe a little bit of an elevated pitch count. 44 coming into the inning. That one's down for ball two.
Yeah, Barry, a big, strong kid, but Giles, you know, he's no slouch out there either, too. He's a big, strong kid, lefty, throws it hard.
Curveball underneath the bat. Lane Berry for strike two. That'll even things out.
And that's the curveball that I think Giles needs to throw more. He's really good at that pitch, and then he comes with that hard fastball.
Well, they're really not recognized. There it is. You're a prophet there, coach. Gets the K out number one. Fourth strikeout I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five strikeouts on this one.
Both pitchers kind of rocky starts. Even though Giles kind of had a rocky start, hasn't give up a hit or a run, but he's really throwing a lot better now. Good start to this third inning. Had a great second inning.
Ian Ellis swings and misses at first strike on the curveball. That's that harder curveball. That stays up. When he gets that other curveball, that slow curveball down and in, they're not recognizing it. Ooh, tries to sneak one in underneath. Fastball stays inside, ball one. Moving Ellis off the plate a little bit. Next pitch lifted to the right-hand side. That could be trouble. Connor Karen coming in. He's got it for out number two on the F9.
Yeah, and that's always going to be the outfielder's ball. You coming in from the outfield, if you can call off the infielder, you need to do that more often than not. And that's exactly what happened right there. Is Connor Karen called off Nash Goodliff, the second baseman, and said, "I got it." And Nash Goodliff backed away and let him come in and make the play.
Jason McKinney struck out his first time up, a .431 hitter with 18 runs driven in from the right-hand side. Swinging a whiff.
Yeah, that's that slow curveball. Had him way out in front on the front foot and just waved at it. But by changing speeds, it makes him really difficult to hit.
Yeah, comes back with the same one, same result.
Yeah, that time McKinney kind of looked down to Coach Carroll and put his hands up like, what do I do with that pitch?
Next one, fastball, fouled off to the right-hand side. He was late on that one, looking for the curveball again. If he could elevate that one just a little bit, that hard one out there, I think he's going to throw it by him.
Yeah.
Nope, comes inside. Misses for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Scheduled for 7. Fastball off to the right-hand side. Check out that sunset down to the south, huh?
Yeah, that's really pretty. Just a great venue right here. Mountains all covered in snow, the tops of them, and the sun just
Purple
shining
Mountain
through.
Majesty, huh?
Yeah.
Pinkish purple. Yeah.
Really pretty.
Next pitch, curveball stays outside. Going to even things up at 2-2.
Giles, I think he's still got to come back with that slow curveball kind of on that middle part of the plate and break it over the inside corner.
2-2 pitch. On its way. There it is, but it stayed up. That was the harder of the two curveballs.
Yeah, left it up and out. Now it's going to be full count. So great at bat right here, Jason McKinney. He did strike out swinging his first time, and he's going to have a chance here. Base hit, ball 4.
It's going to be strike 3.
There's that slow curveball.
Oh, man. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. After 3 complete, 2-0 Duchesne will be back UCCU Ballpark on V6 Media. Team Hive.live and KSL Sports.
Moms, the architects of love, the superheroes of our lives. They're the ones who bandage scraped knees, kiss away tears, and sprinkle magic onto every moment. This Mother's Day, give credit where credit is due. When you switch 4 wireless lines to Strata Networks, you can receive up to $1,200 in credit. Plus, get up to $300 off select devices. Connect with Mom and visit us online at stratanetworks.com or in store. Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Willie Akers and Olin Anderson back here with V6 Media, Team Hive.live, KSL Sports at Utah Valley University, UCCU ball field. 2-0, coming to bat in the top of the 4th for the Duchesne Eagles. They'll bring Caleb Thompson, Rylan Butler, and Jashawn Johnson to bat. Jackson Carroll still out there dealing for the Grand County Red Devils. 3 base on balls, a hit batsman, and 2 strikeouts. Not an overpowering pitcher. I think he's one of them that relies on hitting his spots, and usually them spots are on the outside portion of the plate. Finishing his warm-up tosses out there. Again, we want to thank the sponsors out there in the basin for helping put live coverage of baseball.
Yeah, right now Duchesne bringing up Caleb Thompson. He singled his first time up, and then you got Rylan Butler who drew the walk, and then Jashawn Johnson was hit by a pitch. So all 3 of these guys coming up this inning reached.
That one's cued off to the first baseman for the G3 and out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Jackson Carroll could stand a little bit of that. Came in with 65 pitches. Needs a little help if he plans on being around in the 6th and 7th inning. That'll bring up Rylan Butler.
Well, and that's going to help. You get first pitch and get a ground out.
Rylan Butler got hit by a pitch his first time up. No, it was a base on balls, I'm sorry. First pitch, strike.
Center fielder playing right on that Wolverine logo. A little bit shallow in center and in right. A little deeper in left.
Swing and miss. Strike 2. A little heavier air this time of night, too.
Yep.
Count on that. The wind's kind of shifted and coming in from the southeast now.
Mm-hmm. Infield's playing straight up.
0-2. Got him window shopping on that one for strike 3. 3rd strikeout for the big left-hander. So that'll bring up Jashawn Johnson with 2 outs. Jashawn, a 382 hitter, 14 driven in. He was the one that was hit by that pitch his first time up. And was out on the 6-4-3 double play, the lead runner in that double play. First pitch, right there for strike one.
Yeah, I think these pitchers have gotten used to the strike zone. They've gotten used to the mound, and they've done a nice job. A little bit of a rocky start for each of them, but they've really dialed it in. And even though they might have had a rocky start, Carroll's give up only the 3 hits, 2 runs, and Giles hasn't give up a hit or a run.
So here we are. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Halfway home here after this half inning. Next pitch. Right there, that's where he likes to live. And if he can hit that spot, he's going to be tough the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Like you say, he seems to have kind of dialed it in out there.
Yeah, and got good defense. I think those guys have helped build his confidence a little bit. Not that he necessarily needed it, but just a reminder that, hey, you've got good defense behind you.
That ball's lifted. That's going to be trouble. That's going to fall in for the little Texas League single. 4th hit in the ball game.
Well, a 1-2 count as a hitter, you got to just protect the plate a little bit, shorten up. You don't have to do anything fancy. It goes down in the book as a single.
Yeah. Tell his girlfriend it was a line drive. By golly,
it could have been a line drive to the wall.
Yeah, my buddy Parker Crum is going to come right up behind me here.
Yep. So a good piece of hitting right there from Deshaun Johnson, just going with the pitch and hitting it a little flare over the first baseman, dropping it in
did
fair.
Go to the wall, by the way, the wall of the bullpen out there. Yeah. First pitch to Parker Crum. That's hit right back towards the big left-hand. Boy, he stumbled, but he corrects himself. And the 1-3 put out will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on. After 3.5, it's still 2-0 Duchesne with Grand Canyon Red Devils coming to bat on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Moms, the architects of love, the superheroes of our lives. They're the ones who bandage scraped knees, kiss away tears, and sprinkle magic onto every moment. This Mother's Day, give credit where credit is due. When you switch 4 wireless lines to Strata Networks, you can receive up to $1,200 in credit. Plus, get up to $300 off select devices. Connect with Mom and visit us online at stratanetworks.com or in store. Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Oh, live coverage possible out there in the basin. Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling, L&L Motor, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Mountainland Supply, Jones Paint and Glass, DNA McCrae, USU Uinta Basin, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Al's Food Town, Gateway Sinclair, and Freedom Realty in Duchesne. So we got a 2-0 ball game here going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Coach, I think is kind of what we expected. Close ball game. 2 big left-handers out there. Seem to have kind of toned things down a little bit. Both of them with a little bit of elevated pitch counts, but have been able to kind of slowly dial that stuff back in. 60 coming in this inning. Good athlete. Came into the game hitting .440, 4 home runs, 33 runs driven in. Walked, like I said, and was stranded at second base back in the 1st inning. Oh, big curveball got away from Kyson Giles. Be ball 3. 3-1 count to Bisco. Going to get a base on balls. 2nd time in the ball game. 3rd base on balls given up by Kyson Giles.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we started the first. He got 2 strikeouts and then 2 walks. Struggled a little bit, but then he was able to get the pop up to Jackson Carroll in that 1st inning to end the inning rally. But good way to start for Grand. Not so much for Duchesne right here with the leadoff walk.
First pitch upstairs to Chase York. Bisco has 9 stolen bases on the season. So he has a threat to go. Down 2-0 with Trace York, a 364 hitter, up to bat. Kind of distracted. Yeah, that's a good job. Parker Crum go out and talk to his big left-hander. See him, get him back, get him dialed in here. Remind him he's got some good defense working behind him there. 2 straight fastballs that missed. He's been successful with that slow curveball.
Yeah, he really has.
So the 2-0 hitters count to number 99.
Well,
there's one.
Ooh, and that was a little bit down, but gets a called strike. But these are the 2 batters where he walked him in the first inning, both Bisco and York, trying to maybe be a little bit too fine, and maybe almost like he's trying to pitch around him a little bit.
Swing and a miss. And another good fastball down there. York was trying to put the 2 up on the scoreboard with 1 swing there. 2-2 pitch. That's fouled off, straight back.
Got an update. Canyon View leading Morgan 4-3 in the top of the 6th.
Wow. So the winner of that goes on to the championship bracket tomorrow,
plays
right?
Union in a 3-game series.
That one's fouled off.
Pitches a little bit up in the zone, but York go ahead and swing away at that one right there and just fouls it straight back. Giles needs to really buckle down right here. Doesn't want to let Grand get anything going offensively.
There's that curveball, got him.
Yeah.
That slow curveball, they have not been recognizing it early enough to correct their swing, to adjust the swing. The 6th strikeout.
Well, really late break on that, right? It's coming in. For one, his change of speeds is really good, so it looks like, man, this is the pitch to hit, and then out of nowhere, kind of some late break, and it's a really tough. It's been the out pitch for Giles.
Left on left to the counterpart Jackson Carroll. Fastball there for strike 1. Carroll popped up to the third baseman his first time up. A 323 hitter with 2 home runs. So he's got some pop. Yep. Waved at the fastball inside. I think he was looking curveball there. That tailing fastball got in on him quick.
Yeah, in on his hands, kind of belt high, but he just kind of a half-hearted swing. He knew that was probably not the pitch to be hitting.
0-2 is driven foul. Yep, stay alive. 1 out, 1 on. 2-0 still. Still no hits for the Grand County Red Devils yet. They've had runners in every inning but the 2nd. There goes the runner. Up, that gets Carroll.
Yeah, almost bails Carroll out as he was 0-2. Giles hits him with the pitch. That's his first hit by pitch. He's issued the 3 walks, but first batter he's hit right there.
So 5 freebies so far have not hurt the Duchesne Eagles. So, I'd rather be lucky than good some days, and that's kind of where they're living right now.
Yeah, Grant's going to bring in number 0, Brecken Shepard.
Shepard.
And he'll run for the pitcher, Jackson Carroll.
How many stolen bases Shepard have?
None.
None.
At least in
none
the
recorded anyway.
Yeah, none in the stats that we have.
So runners at first and second, 1 out. Giles faces JT Dowd, a 346 hitter. First pitch. Upstairs for ball 1.
Dowd, another big, strong athlete here for Grand County, plays center field. He did get caught swinging for strike 3 his first time up back in the 2nd inning.
That's 4 straight first pitch balls he's thrown. He fouls that one off back behind us.
Yeah, and that one he just kind of, his first step was kind of out and away from Giles, the pitcher, kind of opened up and front side flew open and he fouled that one off, kind of dropped the bat head.
Ooh, curveball, good job of Parker Crum to get up out of the crouch and get out there and get that one because that one was 6 foot outside.
Well, and that saves both runners moving up, and then you got the tying run at second base. But Crum's got great footwork back behind the plate. He's got good speed and quickness, and he's as good a catcher as we're going to see.
Next pitch. Outside again. He had to come up out of the crouch. He's missed pretty bad here.
Yeah, and the outfield's playing deep. This is smart by Duchesne, in my opinion. You keep everything in front of you, kind of no doubles defense. You might give up one run, but nothing in a gap and nothing that's going to allow the hitter to get an extra base.
So the 3-1 pitch to the 346 hitter. Giles steps out. He wants to talk to Parker Crum there.
Yeah, and Coach Carroll's going to come up and talk to JT Dowd. And I'm sure he's probably saying, hey, if that pitch is in there, drive it. Be ready for it. If not, let it go. We'll take a walk right here.
A walk would load the bases. Put the tying run at second base. 3-1 pitch. That stays upstairs. That's going to load him up.
Yeah, and that's going to get a little life in that Grand County dugout. They haven't had much to cheer about. Still looking for their first hit and first run, but that's going to bring Coach Goodliff out of the dugout for Duchesne, and they're going to talk things over here.
Well, he's at 79 pitches.
Yeah, I think it's just, hey, we got the 2-run lead. You know, settle in, throw strikes, challenge these hitters. You're towards the bottom of the lineup. You're 7, 8, 9. Altoff coming in 0 for 1, grounded out to second base, followed by Caden Swayze, who struck out swinging, and Lane Berry, who struck out swinging. So I think that's probably the discussion right now is, hey, don't worry about it. These guys don't hurt us anything. Just go get the batters.
Well, there's really no way you're going to take him out right now. He's done for the tournament.
Yeah.
He's past the 85. Well, 61, 85. He's past that 61 pitch threshold, so he would have to have 2 days rest. So that'll bring to the plate Braden Altoff, a 354 hitter. Grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Another one way up out of the strike zone. Well, if I'm the Grand County 1 out, I'm going to wait till I've got a strike.
Yeah, and I think if you're Giles, you got to go back to that
slow
curveball. Take a little off, throw it in there for a strike.
Took something off the fastball. That must have stayed up. Few oohs and ahs from the crowd here. 2-0. No place to put him. Ball 3.
It's interesting how you can be just dialed in and going well, and then all of a sudden a base runner and another base runner, and you hit someone, then you walk someone, and then all of a sudden you can't find the stone.
Well, he just walked in a run. So, 5th base on balls is going to score the run. 3 straight base on balls, 4 in the inning. 1 out. Casey Swayze comes up. Swayze is a 322 hitter.
Yeah, and I'm sure the game plan's the same right here. You can't swing till he throws a strike. And he's just trying to maybe overthrow right now. You can take something off the pitch and just, maybe even adjust yourself on the mound a little bit.
Let's tell him. Curveball here.
Yeah.
Curveball. Curveball. We haven't seen one for a while, and he's...
Well, it's not like Grand's hit it, right? They're still looking for their first hit.
9 of his last 11 pitches have been balls, and they haven't even been close. Well, I think he gets a friendly call there. Because he's had a couple pitches in that same zone that have been called balls. 1 out, and a 2-1 ball game. That one stays upstairs.
Yeah, he's frustrated as he slapped the glove down to catch that one coming back from Crum. He knows he's better than that. 2-1.
There he gets it.
Yeah, this is where you just got to battle. You got to believe in yourself and your talents and your team, and realize you don't have to do it all by yourself out there.
Well, he's got
challenge the hitter,
86
pitch to
pitches.
contact.
Yep,
Yeah.
so he's going to have to help his team right here and challenge. Goes upstairs. We haven't seen that curveball.
Yeah, no place to put him right here.
I'm curious. He hasn't been throwing the curveball in the dirt, so nothing's got by Parker Crum yet. Where's the curveball? That ball's lifted. It's going to drop.
In.
That's going to score one. Here comes the throw to the plate. Oh, they just lucked out right there.
Yeah, offline and up towards third base, but Coach Carroll smartly holds the runner, so it's still going to be loaded bases, and that's the first hit of the ball game, and they're going to tie it up 2-2.
2-2. There goes the no-no. That brings up Lane Berry, 231 hitter. He struck out back in the third inning, his first time looking at Kyson Giles. First pitch. Got a little bit of a friendly call there, maybe. On pitch number 88. There's the curveball, but I think a little late and a little up.
Yeah, Lane Berry has a chance right here to really open this up for Grant if he could get into one.
Ball down. Yeah, really just a mystery to me where that slow curveball is. Swing and a miss. Lane Berry helped him right there.
He did. He chased that pitch. It was up and out of the zone, but, Giles will take it.
They're looking to break this thing open is what they're looking to do with just the one out. That ball is lifted. That's another one that's going to be trouble. Oh, going to get it. Runner tags. Throw home. Good stop there by Parker Crum. Ball trickles back, but the F9 is the second out. That gets us back to the top of the lineup. Ian Ellis, the 8th hitter in the inning. They're lucky to only have 2 runs on the board so far. Still got the bases loaded. 2 outs. Ellis has struck out and flew out to the right fielder.
Yeah, they're really working Giles' pitch count up.
And get that call on that one.
Yeah, and there's that curveball. He came back with it for first pitch strike. That's where he kind of just forgot about it.
Another one.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Yeah, dynamite. I don't know what the thinking was, unless it was just, hey, second time through, I got to throw something different. But go with what's working.
There it is, strike 3, curveball.
3 straight pitches. Gets him out of a huge jam right there, but Grand able to tack on 2 runs. They get some help with a lot of hit by pitch and a bunch of walks. They do get the 1 hit.
So they got 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning, and there was 3 runners left on. At the end of 4 complete, it's 2-2. We'll be back at V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Rely on women's healthcare you can trust. I'm Heidi, Director of Women's and Newborn Services. Ashley Regional Medical Center has cared for generations of women in the Basin for more than 80 years. Our dedicated Women's Center provides routine well woman care, obstetrics, 3D mammograms, and ultrasounds. With a team of physicians and a certified nurse midwife that offer around-the-clock care in our birthing center and level 2 NICU, we're here for you when you need it most. We know women's care. We know the Basin. Learn more at ashleyknowsthebasin.com.
And we know drinking underage isn't good for your brain. Oh.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. I think Mr. Giles can count himself lucky. 39 pitches in that last inning and only 2 runs scored, so we still got a tie ball game. Jackson Carroll's still out on the mound for Grand County. He comes in with 74 pitches. So Nash Goodluff, Draker Goodluff, and Cade Norman for Duchesne in the top of the 5th inning. Scheduled for 7 here at UCCU Ballpark. First pitch is grounded towards the third baseman. York got it across the diamond. Route number 1.
Yeah, that was a big time play because that ball was not hit super hard. One big high bounce, but Nash Goodliff gets down the line really quick, and a really nice play there from the third baseman.
Rocket,
York. He came in, charged it hard, got it off the bounce, and a quick release. He got rid of the ball really quick.
He was
nice
in his release
arm.
when he gloved the baseball. Next pitch to Draker Goodliff. Inside for ball 1.
Canyon View still up to bat with no outs. They've tacked on 3 extra runs, so they're in the bottom of the 6th, leading Morgan 7-3.
That one's fouled off to the right-hand side for strike 1. So Canyon View looks like they're going to be in a good spot to go to the championship series tomorrow over at Cates Field at Slick, Salt Lake Community College. I guess they don't like to be called Slick. Although the original carpet they used to put out there was pretty slick.
Yeah, the turf's a lot better now. Yeah.
Next pitch outside, ball 2.
Well, we'll see. What the changes are from Duchesne. If they're going to say, "Hey, Grand was patient and made our pitcher pitch, throw strikes and work the count. Let's go do the same thing here to Carroll."
That's lifted to the right-hand side. That's going to get past Braden Altoff. That's going all the way to the fence. That's going to be at least a triple. He's going to come in standing up.
Yeah, that ball was hit really well. That right center field gap, and no shot there other than just track it down and get it in as quickly as you can. But not until Draker lifts Goodliff standing at third base with the triple.
Showing off the wheels, too. He got around there in a hurry. Cade Norman, 1 for 2 in the ball game. A single and a ground out shortstop.
Yeah, he does have an RBI.
Yep, he's knocked in that first run. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Comes into the ball game hitting .333. He does have 1 home run, so he's capable. Big ball for there. That flag hanging limp out there called strike 1. See the nightlife in the big town of Orem taking place all around us. Ain't no better nightlife than the night at the baseball park. That was driven towards the third baseman. He's going to come home with it.
Got him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really good job of, he must have been going on contact right there because ball hit the third base. Nice job from York, but a better job from the catcher, Jason McKinney, to get that one hopper, catch it clean, and apply the tag.
Yeah, good play there all around. York to McKinney.
And you like the aggressiveness of Coach Goodliff right there. Got good speed with Draker, knows what he's doing. He was going on contact, but at the same time, it takes a perfect play, and they made it. Give Grand credit.
So the first pitch, curveball in there for strike 1. Giles didn't like it. Get a taste of his own medicine there. I hate to say it, but that was a good-looking curveball. One of the better curveballs from Jackson Carroll. Going to get that one's lifted way in the air, but Altoff there. He's going to make the catch deep, but just not deep enough.
Yeah, Giles just got under that. If he had flattened that out, that would have been out of here, but gets too much under it, lifts it too high in the air, and it gives Altoff plenty of time to get under it and make the play for the third out.
So no runs. There was the one hit. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 4.5, it's still a tie ball game, 2-2, with Grand County coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
DNA McRae is hiring crude oil truck drivers for our Uinta Basin routes. Be home daily, drive new and well-maintained equipment, and earn quarterly bonuses with great benefits. DNA McRae offers outstanding career choices with flexible schedules, benefits, performance bonuses, and an average starting pay of $100,000 per year. We're a safety-focused, family-friendly work environment looking for those that fit our values. Call 435-893-4442 or visit McRaeTrans.com to complete an application.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know. People who care.
So we've got a pitching change here. We're trying to figure it all out here. Connor Karen is the new pitcher. Who we got in right field, Coach? Do you know?
Looks like, Giles goes to first base. Connor Karen comes into the pitch.
And that's Goodliff in right field.
And I think that he might still be at second. Can't tell who's in right field just yet.
So we do know that the Norm pitcher, let's see, Giles, you said.
Yeah, Nash Goodliff still at second base.
Nash Goodliff. Just don't know who the right fielder is. Giles is at first base, you say.
Yeah.
So trying to get all this stuff figured out here. Tyson Giles at first. Can't get the number out there in right field.
Yeah, Connor Karen on the mound and Giles at first.
Yeah, I'm going to get here in a little bit. First pitch from Connor Karen is ball one to McKinney. Number 2 hitter, 401 average. Gets that towards the second baseman. Got it across first base for the out, for the 4-3 put out. Out number 1.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe a number 1 in right field. So it looks like Coulter Giles.
Coulter Giles. We'll put him out there, see what happens. Coulter Giles. So that means he would replace who in the lineup?
I believe the first baseman, Rylan Butler, possibly.
Yeah, for the first pitch, outside to Tatum Bisco. Next pitch, curveball. Dialed in there for strike 1. So Coulter Giles for Rylan Butler. Next pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, good swing from Bisco. I've been impressed with him all day. Shortstop making plays defensively, and he's had a great 2 at-bats. He's drawn walks both times, but he's very selective. A good hitter.
Curveball. That's lifted high towards the left fielder. Okay, Norman is under that one for out number 2 on the F7.
Yeah, and that was similar to what Giles did to end the inning for Duchesne, as he just missed that one, got a little bit too much under it and hits that one high, sky high down the left field line. A nice play coming over there from his left field position. Deshaun Johnson makes the catch.
So first pitch to Trace York. It's downstairs for ball 1. Trace 0 for 1 in the ball game with a walk and a strikeout. But played some good. There's hit to the third baseman. Picked up there by Caleb Thompson across the diamond. Route number 3 on the 5-3 put out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. After 5 complete, it's still 2-2. We'll be back at V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
degree doesn't have to be complex. USU Uinta Basin lets you stay close to home and save money. As an Aggie, you'll have access to a personalized education with student support from faculty mentors. Let us help you achieve your goals your way. On campus, online, this is your U-State.
Okay, we're back here at Utah Valley University, UCCU ballpark. We got a 2-2 ball game. Jackson Carroll's still on the mound for Grand County. He came in with 84 pitches. He's going to face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Connor Karen, Caleb Thompson, and we believe Coulter Giles, who I think came into the ball game for Ryland Butler in right field. But Butler was listed as also the DH. We'll see who shows up in the third hole here. First pitch stays outside for ball 1. So we're kind of shooting in the dark about who the number 3 hitter is. We know Giles is out in right field. Next pitch in there for strike 1. Connor Karen, a .313 hitter. Strike out and ground out to shortstop. That's hit right back up the middle.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Nice job for Connor Karen. You know, sometimes you come in like that. He comes in as the pitcher. He does a nice job. He gets 3 up, 3 down, and he takes the momentum right to the plate with him.
Yep, didn't try to do too much with it. Took a ball that was down and just drove it right back up the middle. He'll bring up Caleb Thompson. 1 for 2 in the ball game with a run scored. Had that single back in the second inning, scored the second run. That's where we stand for Duchesne. Oh, that got him. No, kick one for the team. Nope, hit by pitch there.
Yeah, now you've got runners at first and second, no out, tied game here late in the ball game. You might want to see something out of Ryland Butler here, maybe a bunt. And you're right, he was the
designated player, yeah.
Designated player, so they pull him out, but he still gets the bat as long as you determine that before the game in the lineup.
So he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out looking.
He was taken all the way right there. Did you see even the way he held the bat in the stance? He was not going to be swinging. I'm surprised that maybe he wasn't even and maybe coach is going to let him swing regardless, not going to try to bunt or do anything fancy that way.
Well, no outs, I'm not sure.
Still taken all the way.
Two balls, no strikes. Nobody out. Runners at first and second for the Duchesne Eagles in a tie ball game here in the top of the 6th. Scheduled for 7. That pitch in there for strike 1. Butler just a .219 hitter. That pitch stays outside for ball 3. And it looked like he was taken all the way.
Yeah, I think he's almost like he's taken until he gets 2 strikes, to be honest. He's just kind of up there on the plate as far as he can get and kind of toes real close to that front line and doesn't look like he's going to swing. Oh, trick was.
Uh-oh. A nice play there by the shortstop.
I've been impressed. I told you he's been a player out there at shortstop. Man, he just gobbled that one up as he dove, and not only did he field it, he was able to flip it to second base and get the out, and that's a huge out because now you've got first, third, at least 1 out, chance for the double play still, but at the same time it's 2-2 and you're top of the sixth inning, you don't want to give up a run you don't want to trade an out for a run.
And here's a guy that hit into a double play back in the second inning, Duchesne Johnson. So they could get out of this without a run. You got runners at first and third. On the corners, one out. Duchesne Johnson, 382 hitter. Takes first pitch for called strike.
Yeah, good pitch from Carroll, but Johnson hit by pitch and then a single. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting a pitch that you can drive in that run, give your team the lead.
Next one, swing and a miss.
He had a big, healthy cut at it right there. You don't need to do too much. Just need to find some grass out there, find a little open space.
Well, finding grass is going to be a tough one, but find a little
Some
turf out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Figure of speech, I know, Coach. I got to give you a hard time here.
Some green out there. How that?
I got to do something to keep me awake. Yeah, I think that and off to the right-hand side. Count remains 0-2.
There is some grass over here. It's just foul.
Oh, yeah. There you go. We could have a camp out, some about over there, over the left field fence, too.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I could find some grass, yeah. See? Here I'm getting on you, and you got the you're going to hit that towards the first baseman. That's going to go foul.
Once again, runner from third going on contact, which would have paid off right there because by the time the first baseman fields it, he's going to be crossing home plate, and I would have gave him the 3-2 lead.
Yeah, because there's no way they're going to get a double play there. They would have had to go behind the runner there at second base on the force play.
Yeah, and really not even playing on the grass at third base. Still a couple steps behind the bag.
That ball's outside. We're going to make the count 1-2.
First base obviously holding the runner on. They're playing for double play up the middle.
Pitch number 98, so they'd like to get the pitch count up here for Carroll. So he's not able to come back in that seventh inning, especially if it's a tie ball game. That ball's going to find a hole.
Yeah,
that's going to score one. I think they're going to hold up the runner. Yep.
Really good piece of hitting right there from your 9-hitter, Duchesne Johnson. Gets another single, picks up an RBI and gives them the lead, and that's going to bring up Parker Crum, who's one of the best hitters on this team. He struggled so far today. Struck out, hit in the double play, and then ground back to the pitcher his last at-bat. But
he's due. Coach going to go out. That's 99 pitches for Jackson Carroll.
And I'm not sure. I think he's probably going to keep him in there, but let him finish off this inning at least, try to finish off his pitches, but we'll see what he chooses to do.
He did not take the ball away from him right away. So while we're doing that, we'll talk about, we've got some sponsors out there we want to give a thanks to out in the basin. Special thanks to Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling, L&L Motors, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Mountain Land Supply, Jones Paint and Glass, DNA McRae, USU Uinta Basin, Utah Tribal Enterprises, Al's Food Town, Gateway St. Clair, and Freedom Realty in Duchesne. Give them your business. So we keep putting baseball, America's pastime, on the radio, on the television, in the newspapers, social media.
He did make a change right here. He's going to switch it up. Looks like he's going to bring in Trace York from third base, wanting to maybe shut down anything. And then the other thing, too, this is the fourth time now. They've gone through the lineup 3 times, so maybe give him a different look versus letting Parker Crum come in here on his 4th time to see Jackson Carroll. Update from the 3A. Canyon View wins that one over Morgan 10-3, so it'll be Canyon View Union for the 3A state championship, best of 3.
That starts tomorrow over at Salt Lake Community College. Trace York, 4.07 ERA, 32 2/3 innings, 20 base on balls, 44 strikeouts, a 4-2 record. Now, what else? What other changes do we have, Coach?
Tried to.
I don't see the big left-hander Carroll anywhere. So somebody, unless he goes to, no, first baseman still right there. That's Kalen Bowden. He's talking about must be a double switch here.
Well, see, he's got number 10 out there with his glove on, who was the DH, Ian Ellis. He was DHing for the first baseman, so I'm guessing basically what he's done there is pulled the first baseman. Yeah, he's going to have to switch things up. Yeah, he's bringing the first baseman in because if you put the DH into the game, first baseman's done. Carroll's going to have to go back out, or they're going to have to substitute someone else in for Carroll.
Well, 34.
Yeah, Carroll's going to first base.
Okay.
Yep. Lane Berry was in left field's going back out to left field. So if you put in Ian Ellis into the game, you got to pull the first baseman, Kalen Bowden.
Now pitching for Grand County, number 99, Trace York. Batting for the Eagles, the catcher, number
Okay.
27, Parker.
So now we got that figured out. All we got to do here, figure out we got runners at first and second with one out in a 3-2 ball game in favor of the Duchesne Eagles. First pitch. That
Sure
gets
what
down.
happened.
That got down and got Jason McKinney.
Yeah, he's hunched over, and runners are able to advance. You see Parker Crum checking on him right here, too, and Trace York. Now Coach Carroll's going to come out and check on him, but I don't know if that got up under the mask or what, but it dropped him right to his knees.
I don't think it's any part of his facial features that he's holding on to there. Just being an ex-catcher myself, I think we're a little more towards the medial lateral part of the anatomy there. So while we're waiting for the catcher Jason McKinney to come back to reality here, we'll take a quick break. We'll go back to the studios. You're at V6 Media.
Mountain Land Supply of Roosevelt is your local employee-owned and operated solution for plumbing, heating, and cooling, waterworks, agricultural irrigation, landscaping irrigation, power equipment, pumps, tools, and safety. Discover the difference a knowledgeable and friendly staff can make for you. With thousands of products and brands you know and trust, Mountain Land Supply has what you need when you need it. Call, click, or come into Mountain Land Supply of Roosevelt and let us help you move mountains.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Okay, we're back here. Jason McKinney trying to walk it off, and he's not feeling too good. You women out there that have gone through childbirth, I think you might have a little bit in common with Jason McKinney, the pain he's going through. That's the only thing I can liken to in the situation we got here. He's going to squat down. You don't look like he feels too good right now. But that's going to bring us back to the top of the order, Parker Crum, with one run across. Runners at second and third, and one out. First pitch here from Trace York. Right up at the helmet. Parker jumps back out of the way. So, the 1-0 to Parker Crum. Outside.
Yeah, Crum way ahead in the count now, 3-0, and it's looking like.
I was just about to say that he was at bat.
He was at bat. That was the first pitch, but now it's going to, first base open. You don't want to totally give in right here and just throw something down the middle.
Somebody calls timeout. I'm not sure who it was.
Well, I think pitcher stepped off. He sees him square around, but he's just trying to square, getting his head a little bit, see if he can't see ball four.
Get some people moving, maybe open up some holes. Maybe the catcher, McKinney, not feeling too good. One could get by him. No. Ball four. So that'll load him up.
And it really doesn't hurt much out there if you're Grand. You've got loaded bases. Now you've got the force. You still have the double play intact. corners. If you field it cleanly, you can go 4 and right back to 1. Hopefully get the double play that way, or up the middle to get the double play and get out of this inning only down 3-2. But you face a really good hitter in Noah Goodliff, followed by Draker Goodliff and Cade Norman.
Yeah, Nash Goodliff, a 420 hitter. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
We've seen Noah hit a double, drew a walk, and grounded out to third.
Noah or Nash? Pretty sure it's
Sorry,
Nash.
Nash.
Yeah, there we go.
No, it was Noah,
flood, dude. We got a flood coming?
It was Noah Wolf,
Okay.
the base runner last game.
Yeah. I'll say, oh no, sky's about to open up. Next pitch, curveball, stays upstairs for ball 2. The 6th pitch.
Yeah, Ian
For
Ellis
York.
coming in to talk to York, saying, hey, let's go. Just throw us a strike. Give us a chance.
Got good velocity.
Yeah, can't defend the walk.
Yeah, got nowhere to put him here either. Walk, here's another run. That was going to catch the corner. Good fastball. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still a hitter's count. 1 out. Nash Goodliff, a 420 hitter. He'd like to help his ball club here right now. They lead 3-2. Oh, he's going to look at strike 2, though. Little curveball.
Yeah, that's all he needed right now. Even to count 2-2. Same thing, though, Nash Goodliff. You got to look for a pitch that you can drive something. It doesn't have to necessarily be a big hit, just a little single, something out of the infield right here.
That ball way outside. Full count.
Yeah, York just maybe try to overthrow on that pitch. You got to challenge the hitter. See if you can't pitch to contact and let your defense work behind you.
York's got some good velocity, and he's got a quick delivery. That ball gets on you pretty quick. Bang, it's there. Curveball.
Got him.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't be watching. That's too close with 2 strikes.
So 2 outs. Well, got to face another Goodliff, Draker Goodliff. He had that double his last time up. Got trying to go home on the ball hit to the third baseman by Cade Norman. So 2 outs, bases still juiced, full of Duchesne Eagles. First pitch curveball stays upstairs.
Yeah, Draker Goodliff, probably the best hit of the game so far. That one he hits into right center field for a stand-up triple coming to the plate. He'd like to duplicate that right here.
Curveball. You're going to have to hit the curveball because I think York's going to give him a pretty solid diet of it.
And I still think he's waiting for a strike. He's trying to be patient, put the pressure on the pitcher, no place to put him. Any way they can get that insurance run across the board, they'd like to do that. Ooh, good pitch right there. Nice curveball. York ahead in the count 1-2. Draker Goodliff. Loaded bases, looking to help his team out, get a couple extra insurance runs right here.
Curveball stays up over the head. Well, he was the count at 2-2.
Got him.
Got him looking. They just kind of froze there. Caught looking.
Yeah, it's a huge job coming in trouble right there in the situation that Trace York did, and gets 2 big-time backwards Ks to end the inning and shut the rally down for the Duchesne Eagles. But the Duchesne Eagles still get 1 run and take the lead here going in the bottom of the 6th, 3-2.
3-2, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 left on. So at the end of 6 1/2, 3-2 with San Juan coming to bat. Not San Juan.
Grand.
Well, down in that same part of the country. We'll be back at V6 Media, Team5.live, and KSL Sports.
Moms, the architects of love, the superheroes of our lives. They're the ones who bandage scraped knees, kiss away tears, and sprinkle magic onto every moment. This Mother's Day, give credit where credit is due. When you switch 4 wireless lines to Strata Networks, you can receive up to $1,200 in credit. Plus, get up to $300 off select devices. Connect with Mom and visit us online at stratanetworks.com or in store. Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Rely on women's healthcare you can trust. I'm Heidi, Director of Women's and Newborn Services. Ashley Regional Medical Center has cared for generations of women in the Basin for more than 80 years. Our dedicated Women's Center provides routine well woman care, obstetrics, 3D mammograms, and ultrasounds. With a team of physicians and a certified nurse midwife that offer around-the-clock care in our birthing center and level 2 NICU, we're here for you when you need it most. We know women's care. We know the Basin. Learn more at ashleyknowsthebasin.com.
Okay, we're back. UCCU Ballpark, Utah Valley University 2A baseball. We're going into the bottom of the 6th of a 3-2 ball game. Grand County coming to bat, down by that 1 run. They will bring the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the plate. Jackson Carroll, who's now at first base, JT Dowd, and Braden Altoff. Jackson Carroll popped up to the third baseman and was hit by a pitch. Scored a run. One of the 2 runs scored. I think it was his runner, Brecken Shepard, that scored that run. So batting from the left-hand side, strike 1 to Jackson Carroll.
Yeah, Jackson Carroll seeing first pitch for a strike, being patient, but now he's got to go.
Swing and a miss on a good curveball there from Connor Karen.
Yeah, it took a lot off that pitch, and Carroll just waved at it.
Connor Karen, I never got his numbers. Ball 1 on that third pitch. Connor Karen, the 2.21 ERA. 25 in the third innings, the next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Connor Karen.
Yeah, Karen's done a nice job. He was 3 up, 3 down last inning. Starts off the inning right here with a strikeout. Now he's going to face JT Dowd, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk.
25 in the third innings, 10 base on balls, 27 walks, a 4-1 record. First pitch strike. That's what you want to see. Come in throwing strikes. JT Dowd, a 346 hitter. Struck out and walked. Another curveball hit right back at him. Takes his time, throws a strike over. That's what I like to see. I like to see that strike and don't lob the ball over.
Yeah, he fielded it. Just a comebacker right to him, stepped over, and like you said, nice strike over there to Giles at first base.
I want to see the first baseman shaking his hand after I throw the ball over there. First pitch strike. Said he went.
This is a pretty tough situation for these grand hitters. You go from facing Kyson Giles, a big lefty, to Karen, the right-hander, who throws a lot of slow pitches, curveballs and off-speed stuff. But you went from the lefty now to the righty, and you got to make an adjustment. Good move by Coach Goodliff going to Karen right here.
So the 0-2 pitch, curveball. That's lifted towards the center fielder. He's going to catch it there. Goodliff in for the F8 and the third out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. So going into the top of the 7th inning, Duchesne clinging to a 3-2 lead. We'll be back at V6 Media, Team5.live, and KSL Sports.
And we know drinking underage isn't good for your brain. Oh.
DNA McRae is hiring crude oil truck drivers for our Uinta Basin routes. Be home daily, drive new and well-maintained equipment, and earn quarterly bonuses with great benefits. DNA McRae offers outstanding career choices with flexible schedules, benefits, performance bonuses, and an average starting pay of $100,000.
Third baseman, he turns to try and tag the runner running by him, and by that time, he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, just got caught in no man's land. Really, at some point, you just got to trust that you've got to get the out, and where's that out? It's at first base. He tried to get the lead runner, like you said, and thought he had a chance, and then the runner was by him.
You have to give it a hit, though, because you can't assume the out. So, second hit in the inning. That's going to load the bases. That's going to bring up Caleb Thompson. First pitch is a ball to Caleb Thompson. Next pitch, that's big, high ground ball. I think that's foul. Nice job there by Trace York to chase that one down. Counts 1-1 from the windup. Trace York to Caleb Thompson. Next pitch. Whoa, that was drilled hard into the bullpen. Out there off the wall in the bullpen. So just a loud strike.
Yeah, way out in front. Now York's probably going to come back with this curveball right here. Needs to try to get a plate out. Infield's pretty much playing in.
Yep, swing and miss. He got him. That's a big out. Right there, out number one.
Yeah, because now you can step back up the middle. We've seen him turn one double play. They've done a really nice job. Corners still got to stay in. You've got to pretty much go 4-1. And I'm still not even sure. You'd like to get the double play, but you can't afford to give up another run if you're Grand. But they are going to stay up back for the double play up the middle.
That's lifted foul. Is McKinney going to get to that? Yeah. Yes, he does. That's a big out right there.
Yeah, big strikeout and then a big pop up to the catcher for out number two. And Trace York looking like he might get out of a jam. He needs one more out, but he's going to have to face Deshaun Johnson, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, hit by pitch, and an RBI.
Yep, number 9 hitter comes in hitting .382. Batting from the right side. Bases are loaded. 3-2, top of the 7th inning. Duchesne still with the 1-run lead, looking to add. Strike one.
Yeah, gets ahead. That's what you need to do if you're Grand. Duchesne hoping that Deshaun Johnson stays hot. Swinging a hot bat right now, looking to get another base hit, stay 3 for 3.
Big pitch. That misses, and even things up a 1-1.
Yeah, tried to get him on the low away fastball, maybe get him to roll over one, but nice eye there. Deshaun Johnson lays off it.
Number 9 hitter, and you want to end this one right here, too. You don't want him to go in and get back, turn the lineup over, but that one misses.
Yeah, fastball just a little bit in.
Deshaun Johnson takes a long look at the coach, third base there. He steps back in. York from the windup. I think maybe he having a little trouble seeing the signs.
Yeah, going to call time and go out there and talk to the pitcher, let him know, hey, we got to get him right here. This is the time.
So, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Deshaun Johnson, the pitch from York's inside for ball 3. 3-1, he's going to have to come. He's got no place to put him. A walk would drive in another run. So, Johnson, hitter's count right here, 3-1. Can look for a pitch in the zone, and that's going to be upstairs. They're going to walk. Walk in and run.
That's a huge walk and an RBI for Deshaun Johnson as he stayed pretty much perfect. gets another RBI, and that's a 2-run lead now for Duchesne, 4-2.
Gets back to the top of the lineup. Parker Crum. Parker base on balls, 0 for 3, but he's dangerous. 462 hitter, first pitch. Boy, he jumped on that first pitch, fouled it off to the right-hand side.
Yeah, and that was the 5th walk given up by the Grand pitching staff. They've also had 2 hit by pitches, so 7 free passes, and then you mix in 8 hits, and luckily they're only down 4-2.
And they only got 1 hit themselves, yeah. Next pitch, so that's way up over the head of Parker Crum.
Well, McKinney saved another run right there as that ball was completely behind Parker Crum. York just kind of lost it out of his hand.
And that was headed on an angle, too, that could have popped out and popped there. And who knows what had happened. Seen some funny angles with the ball coming off the back wall back here. Next pitch. Let's stay upstairs.
Yeah, pretty good curve ball. Just left it just a little bit up in the zone. Parker Crum ahead in the count 2-1. Looking to get his first hit of the game.
There's picks one right down the middle. I'm not sure. Maybe he was looking for the curveball. Parker seemed to just have been just a little bit off today. But counts 2-2. 2 outs, 4-2. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Oh, fouled off. He'll stay alive. Be the 6th pitch in the at-bat to Parker Crum.
Yeah, Parker Crum, good hitter. Done a nice job behind the plate catching this Duchesne pitching staff and really, calling a good game back there. Only give up the 1 hit and the 2 runs so far.
41 pitches for York in the ball game. They want to keep him under 65. That ball's lifted foul.
Yeah, it was kind of a defensive swing, which he's got 2 strikes on him. He needs to fight pitches off, but he just kind of slapped at that one, and he does just that, fouls it off back over the backstop. But right now he's got to really try to focus on shortening up and getting a good solid swing on one and see if he can't drive in a couple more runs.
So the 2-2 pitch again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout right there. So that ends the rally. 4th strikeout for Trace York. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. We're here at UCCU Ballpark. TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Earning your degree doesn't have to be complex. USU Uinta Basin lets you stay close to home and save money. As an Aggie, you'll have access to a personalized education with student support from faculty mentors. Let us help you achieve your goals your way. On campus, online, this is your U-State.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here. Top of the 7th. It's do or die for the Grand Red Devils. They got to come up with 2 runs or more. 2 to tie and go into extra innings. 3 to win the ball game. Connor Caron's still out there. And so far he's thrown the handcuffs on the Grand Red Devils since he came in. Got good fastball. Got a sharp late breaking curveball that's more of the 12-6 break. And the Grand Red Devils have come to bat with the 8-9 and 1 hitters. Caden Swayze, 1 for 2 in the ball game with a single. And then Lane Berry 0 for 2. And Ian Ellis 0 for 3 at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, Grand's got to find a way. This is it. Pretty much, if you want to stay in the winner's bracket and have a chance to play Kanab, you got to win this one. And right now they're down 4-2, and Duchesne trying to close it out.
First pitch, that gets him. Not the way you want to start it.
Yeah, give him a free gift, and now that brings a tying run and Lane Berry to the plate. But the winner will take on Kanab tomorrow at 4:30. The loser will drop down and play San Juan at 1:30. And the game at 11 o'clock will be Beaver South Sevier.
So we're going to get a runner, it looks like.
Yeah, Coach Carroll going to come up and talk to the umpire, and yeah, he's definitely bringing out a speed-up runner. It's going to be number 0, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 0. That is Brecken Shepard.
Brecken Shepard. Okay.
Brecken Shepard, based on the stats and the things that we have here, shows him with 0 stolen bases, but he's a junior.
Yeah, he ran earlier in the ball game for Jackson Carroll and scored one of the runs. Throw over.
Yeah, here in this situation, it's a straight-up pinch runner. So if Caden Swayze was to re-enter for him, if they are able to tie this one and go into extras, then he would be done.
That ball's lifted towards the right-hand side. First baseman going back. He got it. Tyson Giles, out number 1 on the F3. So they're down to 2 outs. They're back at the top of the lineup. Ian Ellis with 1 out and a runner on. Jason McKinney on deck. He's 0 for 3 as well.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Carroll, you still got to like your chances. If you can get Ian Ellis on base and get your get McKinney, Bisco, York, the 2, 3, 4 guys, give them a chance to try to tie this game up, you'd be happy. But right now, it's not looking good for the Grand County Red Devils, and Duchesne 2 outs away from moving on.
So the first pitch to Ian Ellis. Curveball. Stays upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, not going to get too big a lead over there. You need more than just one, so really small, only a 1.5 step lead.
Curveball, swing and miss. Good pitch there from Connor Caron. That curveball down under the hands of Ian Ellis. Ellis, a 471 hitter coming in. Had a home run in 15, driven in, but he's 0 for 3.
Yeah, he
struck
struggled
out twice. Pitch outside for ball 2. I can see wasting the pitch, but not that far out. Give him something to tease him with. Don't give the runner at second base a head start either. Throw over. He ain't going nowhere. Don't waste the pitch. Waste an opportunity. Throw that down there. He's going to go to third base.
Well, yeah, and then it takes the force off, right?
Curveball. That's ripped in the 5-6 hole for the base hit.
Well, we weren't there to see it, but we know that that's how Grand got here, as they didn't give up. South Sevier had them 4-1 going into the bottom of the 7th, and they were able to come back and win that one 5-4. So you can't count them out right here. It's the bottom of the 7th. They've got runners at first and second. They're trailing 4-2 with just 1 out, but they bring up their number 2 hitter in Jason McKinney, and he's looking for his first hit.
Just a second hit in the ball game for the Grand County Red Devils. Runners at first and second. He's the winning run. The tying run's out there at first base. The pitch, curveball. Stays upstairs. Grand County folks didn't like that one. Or the other Duchesne. Yep. Karen steps off. So the 1-0 pitch. Curveball. Good stop there by Parker Crum. Keep that ball in front of him.
Yeah, it was, and now the count goes to 2-0, and McKinney's got to love his situation. Hasn't had many opportunities to hit from ahead in the count. He struck out twice and grounded out to second base, but he's ahead in the count here, 2-0.
431 hitter. Here's the pitch. That's lifted to the right-hand side. That's going to get foul and out of play.
Yeah, it gets down maybe outside even the bullpen right there. But 2-1 count. Connor Karen doing a nice job to come back and get strike one.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Curveball. That's it at shortstop. That could be 2. There's 1. Relay's not in time, but they're going to call interference. He did not slide.
Well, and as long as he didn't intentionally interfere, and I think they're coming out to question that, but you're right. They're going to get the out at second. He was safe at first unless they determine that he did interfere, and there is going to be an automatic double play, but right now that's yet to be determined. If the call stands, it'll be grand with runners at first and third with 2 outs, and Tatum Bisco come to the plate.
So that was Swayze that they got out at second, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have a hard time thinking that they're going to call interference and end the game the way that Duchesne's hoping, but you never know. I couldn't necessarily see that. I know there might have been a little bit of contact, but I don't think it was intentional. But we'll see what the umpires determine as they've got together out there. They're going to call him safe at first. I thought that's probably what they would do, but Duchesne doesn't like it, and obviously Grand does. So Parker Crum's waving to his crowd like, hey, it's okay, calm down. He doesn't want to get the tick the umpires off here.
Yep, number 12 is going to run. Number 12, that's Weston Jones.
Yeah, Weston Jones, a junior. He does have 5 stolen bases.
He would be the tying run if they can get him second base.
And Tatum Bisco's got 2 walks and flew out to left field. Trace York on deck's got a walk, a strikeout, and grounded out to third. So neither one of them have a hit. They're looking for their first hit. But let's say that they do get the stolen base and move runners to second and third. It's going to be, first base open, the tying run at second base. You hate to put the go-ahead run on, but I would hate to see, if I'm Coach Goodliff, Tatum Bisco with runners at second and third and 2 out.
I'm not sure what's going on here right now. Got the second baseman, I think, showing him where he got. Is this Giles coming back in? He's got a few pitches.
It is, yep.
Okay, so here we go. Kyson Giles. Will come back in. So how are they going to play this? Is Connor Karen going to go to first base? Number 4 is still out there. Number 4 is Nash Goodliff. He should be at second. Well, I don't know. I'm going to pay attention to that. 4, 22 back at first, 5, and 21. Cade Norman goes to third.
Yep, so Giles comes back in.
Who's at first base? What did I say? 27 or 23? Let's pay attention to what's going on. We got Kyson Giles going to face Tatum Bisco. First pitch.
Yep, down for ball 1. So Bisco being patient, but he's got to be able to drive something in a gap as no doubles defense is enforced out there as the outfield's playing really deep.
Swing and a miss. A good fastball. Started him off with the curveball. Come back with the fastball. It's kind of the opposite of the way he worked him earlier.
Yep. Bisco's capable, though, and he got good speed at first base.
Next pitch. Ooh. Giles wanted that one. Thought he had the tailing fastball working for him, but the umpire says no. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Biscoe got to get a pitch out over the plate that he can drive. Giles trying to end it right here.
Curveball. And stay right there in front of him. 3-1.
Yeah, and Parker Crum did a nice job just to kind of smother that one. I think he knew it was by his feet. He was acting like he didn't. He was trying to bait, I think, the runner there at first base to go. Maybe not, but that's what it looked like to me.
I'm not sure how many pitches he left with. I had him at 99. Oh, foul back. Brings the count full. By my count, 6. That would make him 105, if my count was correct. So the count's full. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a ball game. So Giles comes back in and gets his 9th strikeout of the ball game. So no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were 1-2 runners left on. So the final score here is going to be 4-2. 2 runs, just the 2 hits. There was 1 error on the Grand County Red Devils, and there were 7 runners left on base. Final score here, 4-2, Duchesne Eagles. So, Coach, what happens tomorrow?
Yeah, so just a quick rundown. The first game tomorrow will be at 11 o'clock. Beaver taking on South Sevier, followed by Grand San Juan at 1:30, and it'll be Duchesne Kanab at 4:30.
Okay, so the final numbers here at UCCU Ballpark. For the home team, Grand County, they had 2 runs on just 2 hits. There was 1 error they committed. They left 7 runners on base. For the Duchesne Eagles, they had 4 runs. They did that with 8 hits, no errors, 9 runners left on base. And I think the story here was Kyson Giles. Came out, held him scoreless until they pulled him with 99 pitches. Saved a few pitches. He came back, shut down Tatum Biscoe for the win.
Yeah, give Giles credit. That's tough. He pitched a great game. He goes out, and then he comes back in a tough situation and gets a strikeout to win the game.
So, final score here, UCCU Ballpark. The Duchesne Eagles 4, Grand County 2. Duchesne stays in the winner's bracket, and they play tomorrow at Kanab. And that's the game we're going to do at 4:30 in the afternoon. So, we'll be back on the tomorrow on the air here, and our first game is
11 o'clock.
And then we got
Beaver South Sevier.
So we'll be back on Mid Utah Radio, V6 Media, Team Hive.live, and KSL Sports tomorrow. So tonight, been here on V6 Media, Team Hive.live, and KSL Sports. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching this Channel V6 production. Watch more at channelv6.com or on the Channel V6 mobile app. Our broadcast was made possible by L&L Motor Company, Utah State University, Uinta Basin, Strata Networks, Northeastern Counseling Center, Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Painting Glass, Mountain Land Supply Company, Ute Tribal Enterprises, and DNA McRae Transportation. Watch live, watch anywhere on Channel V6.